Hello and welcome to the Allegro 2 webinar presented by Electronic Data Solutions. I'm Steve Comby with Electronic Data Solutions and I'll be the presenter during today's webinar on the Allegro 2. The Allegro product line has been around for a couple of decades and is represented around the globe in over 60 countries, over 900 accounts with over 37,000 units in the field. The Allegro is recognized worldwide as a leading example of rugged and efficient field mobile computing. Some of the benefits of the Allegro product line are rugged data collection well beyond service life, result of quality engineering and customer service, and it provides a higher return on investment. The Allegro 2 is built tough. Many customers refuse to give up their older Allegros, sending them in for service time and again well beyond the target service life of 5 years after the last sale of a model. Customers have also come to rely on Juniper systems to service and recover their data even in cases of fire, immersion, crushing by vehicles, and in a rare instance even a machete chop. Over the years, we've learned what makes our customers happy and have listened to their frustrations as well as their needs. Things that frustrate our customers are running out of battery life before they've completed their work for the day, having too small of a screen that's hard to read in bright sunlight or any changing light conditions for that matter, dated non-intuitive interface, limited expansion capability, and compatibility with other systems such as barcode readers, digital calipers, digital scales, and whatnot. Things that our customers like are good ergonomics, meaning that it fits in your hand and things are where you expect to find them. Having a short learning curve that makes it easier to use, and ergonomics also reduce the amount of user fatigue, especially on the forearm as you're pressing buttons all day long on your Allegro. Expandability are also what customers like. They can add things to complete their solution, again, such as internal GPS, Wi-Fi, cellular modems, as well as other external sensors. Reliability. The Allegro keeps on working in rough work conditions. It continues to work through use and abuse, and they can get fast service where and when they need it. Some common themes of the Allegro platform has always been time-sensitive data collection. It's very attuned and modified and engineered for heavy data entry. It can interface with accompanying sensors and work for extended shifts. The Allegro 2 has a lot of shared components with its predecessor, the Archer 2. In fact, greater than 70% shared technology and components improve production, quality, time to market, cost of goods, and serviceability of the machines. This is an example of the Allegro 2 platform showing a forward and reverse view, as well as the battery pack door removed, showing the captured stylus, the battery over on the far left, as well as the removable power dock module, which sits at the bottom of the Allegro. Next, we're going to get into some of the features of the Allegro, but we'll not only talk about the features, but we'll talk about what makes these features extra cool and specifically address those that are best-in-class features, which the display is one of those best-in-class features. The new Allegro 2 has a 4.2-inch VGA display. This is a TFT VGA display with 640 by 480 resolution in a landscape mode. The display is brighter, more vibrant, and 20% larger than the Allegro MX. This change was in response to customers wanting a larger screen with greater clarity, which makes viewing data in the field much easier. With the improved resolution, you can see smoother lines and true-to-life imagery. You're able to display more data at one time. The landscape orientation is a more efficient way to collect tabular data. The transflective display appears brighter in direct sunlight and also uses less power than other display technologies. There's a high visibility backlit LCD, and because the display is both backlit and transflective, it appears equally bright in both sunlight and shade. Not only do we have a larger display on the Allegro 2, but we've actually changed the display technology. The predecessors to the Allegro 2 all used a resistive display, where the Allegro 2 uses a capacitive display. The projective capacitive touch interface for increased visibility is chemically strengthened glass, which is incredibly scratch resistant. The Allegro 2 utilizes a capacitive touchscreen rather than resistive, allowing for brighter and a clearer display image. It's more rugged and scratch resistant than resistive touchscreens, more likely to still work if damaged, whereas a resistive touchscreen will not work at all if damaged. Juniper Systems also implemented extra features such as edge compensation, which helps pick up touches on the edges or corners of a touchscreen. There's also a crosshair indicator, which improves usability. So when you tap the screen, you can actually see where your finger or stylus is tapping on the screen by the crosshair indicators. There's also technology to help you enter data such as software license and registration information in small icons by using a magnifying glass feature or a hold to zoom feature. The magnifying glass feature is incredibly easy to use. You just tap in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, brings up the magnifying glass, and it'll enlarge whatever portion of the screen you're on, and then you can use your finger or stylus to scroll around within that screen to enter additional information. The Allegro 2 has a full keyboard on it, just like its predecessors. This is a full numeric and QWERTY keyboard with 6 user assignable keys. You'll note that the Allegro 2 made the switch from the Alpha keyboard on the Allegro MX to a QWERTY keyboard. The reason for this was people are more familiar with the QWERTY layout because it's used extensively on smartphones and of course on your laptop computers and PCs. It's a more natural layout for people. The keyboard also retains the original hierarchy and logic of previous Allegro products. The buttons are all arranged in a logical order. The Allegro keyboard also features adjustable backlit keys. These keys are easily viewable before dawn and after dusk, so users can continue working longer out in the field. This feature was again added in response to customer feedback. Keyboard brightness can also be adjusted according to varying lighting conditions. Another new feature of the Allegro 2 is that rubber bumpers were added top and bottom as a way to improve drop durability and increase reliability and risk of downtime. In addition to the QWERTY keyboard, Juniper Systems has power key shortcuts. These provide quick access to more than 20 frequently used functions and settings. You can also see that the top half of the keyboard retains the same design. This design is more familiar to existing Allegro users and facilitates fast data entry. The 4-way nav pad was also changed to a 5-way to add on additional action keys for things like taking pictures or recording notes or launching activities in third-party applications. So if you look at the little nav pad underneath the numeric keyboard, you can see that not only can you go right, left, up, and down, but there's now a center button for activating these applications. Another thing that we've paid particular attention to with Allegro 2, as well as with the Allegro predecessors, is making sure that the numeric keys are centered on the unit. So as you're holding it, because most of your data entry in the field, in fact 80 to 90%, is all numeric key entry, we place those keys where they'll be centered over the hand that's holding the Allegro. Another best-in-class feature of the Allegro 2 is the intelligent lithium-ion battery being used in the Allegro 2. The Allegro 2 battery is the same battery used in the Archer 2, but because of the more power-conservative display, it has a slightly better runtime than the Archer 2. This is also best-in-class performance in cold temperatures. The total life cycle is much longer than typical batteries, so the intent is for customers to not ever need to replace the battery over the life of the handheld field computer. This battery should give you greater than 20 hours of runtime on one charge. That's more than twice the runtime of the previous Allegro MX battery. Another cool feature of this battery is it was developed with quick charge capability for users who may not have charged the handheld recently. This allows users to charge the handheld at lunch or on break and gain 70% better life on approximately 45 minutes of charge time. This battery has been optimized for great performance in cold temperatures. It actually utilizes technology from hybrid cars to prevent excessive battery drain in cold temperatures. This best-in-class performance in cold temperatures allows that battery to have an increased capacity over the Allegro MX by 20 degrees C. You'll also note that the change in technology from the nickel metal hydride battery in the Allegro MX to the lithium-ion in the Allegro 2, because overall the lithium-ion battery performs much better. In cold temperatures, it's much more durable, and also very importantly, it knows its capacity. So you can get quite an accurate indication of use in the field. Some additional updated technology on the Allegro 2 is in the wireless connectivity options. The all Allegro 2 units include both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The Bluetooth technology is 2.1 EDR class 1.5 with a range greater than 100 feet. Juniper Systems focused on maximizing Bluetooth range and are seeing much better results than the specification even suggests. The Wi-Fi in the Allegro 2 is an 802.11 BGNN with extended range. Increased network capability with BG and N-series network allows it to work in tandem with the Bluetooth. As an option, we also offer a 3.75G cellular data modem in the Allegro 2 cell series. This provides excellent performance, which typically exceeds the performance of most cell phones. Juniper Systems designed their own antenna and can support a wide range of customers and locations with the same hardware configuration, simplifying logistics for everyone from manufacturing to end use. Some additional updated technology that was not available in the previous Allegro models are the 5 megapixel camera that's available in the Allegro 2 Geo models. The Allegro 2 Geo model also includes a GPS and GLONASS satellite receivers. Going back to the camera, the 5 megapixel resolution camera also includes an autofocus and LED illuminator plus a video capture mode. A cool feature about the camera is it allows what has been trademarked Juniper geotagging, which provides the ability to not only capture an image but also capture where, when, and what was captured in the image. Data is captured in an industry standard JPEG EXIF format. I apologize. Now we'll go on with the describing the GPS GNS receiver and the geo models. This is a highly sensitive 32-channel all-in-view tracking receiver. This is another best-in-class feature. It, of course, wasn't the lowest cost option for Juniper, and it supports GPS and GLONASS constellations to maximize satellite visibility in all conditions. It also includes firmware so the user can set adjustments to optimize performance under canopy and other challenging terrain. The receiver has been specified as a 2-meter accuracy when tracking space-based augmentation systems such as WAS, EGNOS, and MSAS. It has raw data tracking feature capable of recording raw data for post-processing of better than 1 meter. The system also includes a compass and inclinometer, which allows users to geotag, find GPS positions, and capture direction. This is a new feature since the Allegro MX. For people needing even better accuracy, there is an external GPS antenna kit which provides much better accuracy than the internal antenna using a dual feed external patch. A common question that we get with all the Allegro models is, does it come with a dock? The answer is a resounding yes, although because it also includes 2 onboard USB ports, you don't necessarily have to have it unless you just like the ease and efficiency of working with an external dock. To allow the Allegro 2 to work with an external dock, the Allegro ships with replaceable I/O modules on the bottom of the unit. These are replaceable for reduced repair costs and repair time, as well as total cost to the consumer. This docking I/O module supports both the A2 single and multi-port Ethernet docks. Here's a good look at the picture of the 2 docks that are offered. So there's the Allegro 2 single and the multi-Ethernet dock. The docks are compatible with both the Allegro 2 and the Archer 2 series interchangeably. The A2 single Ethernet dock uses a standard 20-watt AC power supply that's provided with the handheld. However, if you're a person that likes to keep your dock plugged in at all times, yet still have that AC power supply available for charging your Allegro, at the time of purchase, you may want to pick up another AC power supply. The dock includes a USB A to B cable for PC connection. All the supported Juniper handhelds have a driver pre-installed, and if you like to permanently mount this, there are holes for shelf installation. The A2 Ethernet multi-dock supports 4 Archer 2 or Allegro 2 handhelds, provides an Ethernet connection to the network. You can daisy chain multiple docks and with a single dock connection as well. The multi-dock option comes with an 80-watt power supply and an RJ45 Ethernet cable. Now, as with all Allegros, the Allegro 2 has been maintained with the Ergonomic Design. It ships with a hand strap that's designed to reduce overall perceived weight by holding the unit tightly on your hand. There's also a finger groove in the unit to give a more comfortable and secure grip. And we've also maintained the hourglass shape of the Allegro, which makes it comfortable to hold all day. This design allows the Allegro to have a larger screen without adding extra bulk. You can see the reduced neck angle of the Allegro as well. The screen angle was reduced to allow for increased comfort for users who hold as well as those who mount their Allegros. The screen is angled because if it were flat, users would have to tilt the handheld up in order to view it. The angled screen makes the handheld more ergonomic and provides, again, less forearm strain when you're holding the unit in the field all day long. Like all Allegros, the Allegro 2 is Juniper Rugged. It has an IP68 waterproof and dustproof, and every single handheld that Juniper systems ship is first tested to assure it meets these specifications. The weight of the Allegro is 2 pounds. The size is 5.4 inches wide at the widest, 10 inches 2 at the length, and 1.6 inches deep. The case of the Allegro is a hardened plastic. That's the same material used for lawnmower decks, so it's incredibly strong. The material was difficult for Juniper systems to obtain, but they felt it was worth it to offer this strong of a material, and also small, highly engineered locking joints within the plastic result in a stronger case. Another cool feature of the Allegro case is that it has a strong chemical resistance. A lot of competitors don't address this issue. However, we found from testing competing units that sprays such as mosquito spray and other common chemicals will actually ruin most plastics. You can see them eating away at the plastic just by virtue of having those on your hands. Juniper uses a special material that protects the handhelds against destructive chemicals. The Allegro 2 display is easy to grip with the impact absorbing bumpers, and which also make it more durable when dropped. The operating temperatures of the Allegro 2 are -22 Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, with storage temperatures from -22 to 158. The Allegro 2 is shockproof and tested with multiple drops from 4 feet onto concrete. These drop tests onto concrete are actually much more stringent than the mill standard 810G specification outlines, which just outlines or specifies a drop to a hard surface. These tests are conducted through a full battery of extremes to ensure consistently reliable field data collection in any imaginable work environment. And another feature for those of you that work outside around water quite a bit is that the Allegro 2 actually floats. The Allegro 2 is available with a full contingent of ports on the bottom of the interchangeable I/O module. There's an RS-232C 9-pin D connector. A lot of our customers use technology that requires a 9-pin, so we wanted to provide these to support these customers. There's also power provided through one of the pins on this 9-pin connector if you have sensors that need to get power from the connected device. There's also a USB host, which is a full A connector, and a USB client, which is a micro B. The Allegro 2 also has a power jack for a 10 to 36 volt unregulated power supply. Again, the Allegro can be charged very quickly, up to 70% of battery life in less than 45 minutes. The Allegro 2 also has a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, which supports speaker, microphone, and stereo output. However, the internal speaker in the Allegro 2 is extra loud so that users can hear alerts and other sounds in noisy areas such as lumber yards. Every Allegro 2 is shipped with the docking I/O module, which you see fully installed and ready to go. The processor on the Allegro 2 is a 1 gigahertz ARM Cortex processor. When Juniper Systems was selecting a processor for this, there was a number of ways they could go, but they wanted to strike a balance between speed in the field as well as a processor that would conserve power and give long battery life, and one that was able to operate in extreme temperatures. So while I'm sure there were faster processors on the market, this is the one that struck that fine balance between excellent performance per unit of power and operation in extreme temperatures. The Allegro 2 ships with Windows Embedded Handheld Operating System 6.5.3. This is something that customer research revealed that customers wanted. There's many applications that are built for Windows Embedded Handheld and of course other operating systems on the market. This wasn't the lowest cost option or the easiest to implement, but it was what our customers wanted because of all of the software that's available to run in this Windows Embedded Handheld environment. Every Allegro also ships with Microsoft Office Mobile 2010, which includes Word Mobile, Excel Mobile, PowerPoint Mobile, as well as Outlook Mobile. The Allegro 2 has plenty of RAM and hard disk data storage. The 512 megabit of RAM is a solid amount of memory with low power consumption, and the 8 gig of flash data storage is a very secure place to run your programs and put your data. But there's also a micro SD and SDHC slot on the unit. Many users prefer to store their data to the card because there's better chances of data recovery with the SD card because it's so small and less likely to be damaged in the event of a catastrophe. Users can actually add up to another 32 gig of data storage by utilizing the card slot in the Allegro 2. Accessories that are included with the Allegro 2. So in addition to the main unit with a docking I/O module, you have your choice of orange or gray bumpers, which can be selected at time of order. You also get the 10,600 milliamp lithium-ion battery, an AC wall charger, a USB micro client sync cable, a hand strap, a capacitive stylus with tether, quick start guide, and a 2-year manufacturer's warranty on the Allegro as well. Something really cool that was added to the Allegro 2 Geo models is a free software utility called JSNav that allows people to have simple navigation and waypoint functionality without having to use a third-party program. So with JSNav you can see your latitude and longitude and elevation. You can set up waypoints to navigate along lines and polygons. So you get some pretty basic feature included, pretty basic GPS features included with the unit. Here are the Allegro 2 model configurations. As you can see, there are 3 models of the Allegro 2. There's the Allegro 2 Standard, which includes Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the features that we discussed for $26.95. There's the Allegro 2 Geo model, which has all of the features of the above unit, plus a GPS and 5 megapixel camera. And then there's the Allegro 2 Geo Cell, which includes all of the features of the Geo unit, in addition to the cellular modem. I'd also like to bring your attention to Juniper Systems Complete Care. So while our manufacturer's warranty protects against any manufacturer's defects, Juniper Complete Care offers additional service plans and options that extend the benefits and exceptional value of a rugged field computer. I won't spend a lot of time dwelling on this slide, but you can see the differences between the standard manufacturer's warranty and then the different levels of service plans that are offered. Where you see a particular difference is with data recovery, charge repair discounts, accidental damage coverage, loaner unit option, things like this. As we close to our presentation here, I do want to remind you about software that's provided by Electronic Data Solutions, such as Data Plus, which is our field forms generator, Hydro Plus, which is a program that allows you to communicate with multi-parameter water quality probes and GPS, our Everglade wetland delineation software for those of you that are working in wetlands, our Sentinel and Field Seeker software for vector control, and we also do a lot of custom software primarily in the forestry industry. And now just kind of a brief introduction to Electronic Data Solutions. We've been in business now going on 28 years, offering a variety of hardware and software for field data collection. Our main office is in South Central Idaho with 5 field offices located primarily in the western United States. We have different business units within Electronic Data Solutions that all kind of feed off of each other, and there's a lot of exchange and crossover between products. Within our Water Resources business unit, products are offered for water level monitoring, water quality monitoring, water sampling, water discharge measurement and streams and rivers and canals, hydrometeorological equipment, flow meters for full pressurized pipes, as well as data logging and telemetry systems. With our GPS and GIS business unit, we provide mapping grade global positioning systems. We're a business partner and developer for ESRI. We provide laser rangefinders that are compatible with all of our field computers and GPS systems, GPS-ready digital cameras, as well as rugged tablet PCs. We also want to let you know about our repair services and especially our equipment rentals. We have a large supply of hardware and software that can be rented if you just have projects of a short-term nature. Well, that's everything that we have today with this webinar. This webinar is recorded and posted to our website as well as to our YouTube channel. So we invite you to take a look at our products and give us a call if we can help you with your field data recording needs. Thank you.